right, so it's another day in the Crew NYC. We got Fred Smoot over here to the left with the rips in your jeans. I don't know, you trying to be young?
Rips in my jeans, and you see this hoodie?
What is it?
Dallas Week. Dallas Week, the Green Reaper coming.
Oh, that's the Grim
The Green Reaper coming.
And you know something about the Cowboys. We got the Hall of Fame wide receiver, Terrell, Owens sitting where Morris Chestnut was.
Yeah, the better version.
The better version.
The better looking version, the most athletic version.
Oh, the more athletic version?
Yeah, we both chocolate.
Yeah, you are. But are you the sexy chocolate drop? You know, because that's what they call more.
I'm just not on the big screen.
Oh, you're not on
it. You know what I mean?
And speaking of big screen, that's why Morris Chestnut is not here, because he's doing some Hollywood stuff right now. But he will be back for our next few episodes. Don't even get it twisted.
Of course, he's always
Take your time, Ricky. Take your time and come back.
But listen, Tio, you weren't even here the last time we did our show, because we were talking about relationships and whether men have the ability to apologize or not. And we had a very interesting conversation. And I was looking at some of the comments, and a lot of the people felt Fred Smoot was too hard on me. The two boys were ganging up on the girl.
No. I apologize if y'all feel like I was too hard on Josina. I am just, my dad is a preacher. I'm the bearer of truth.
Oh.
All right, that's the one thing I do. You got your version, I got the truth. That's my quarterback.
Well, one of the things that's been on my heart, too, really quickly, as we eventually ship into the topic of the NFL, is just the ability to forgive. You know, I feel like not only do sometimes I encounter, men who have the inability to apologize, but even whether it's friendships, whether it's personal, the topic of being able to forgive. Now, when somebody comes to you and they say they've done wrong, are you a grudge holder?
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm too much of a free spirit. I'm too happy. I don't hold any grudges.
I don't really say. People like to say that I hold grudges.
Oh. You do hold grudges.
I can forgive. I just don't forget. And it's up to me whether I want to deal with that person or not moving forward. Just because I don't deal with that person as I once did, that's not me holding a grudge. That's my personal preference not to move forward or deal with that person.
But is that what Jesus would do?
But that's not. I'm not Jesus. But I'm not Jesus.
Okay, but
again, at the end of the day, that's not me holding a grudge. That's your perception.
They didn't bring Jesus.
Right, exactly.
Hey, listen.
No, but I mean that's the colloquial saying. I mean, because you're saying just because you're not making the decision to invite that person back in your life, that's not a grudge. But to me, it still feels like a grudge.
That's not a grudge. That's my personal preference. Depending on what that situation was or what transpired, I don't have to now kumbaya with that person as I once did. That doesn't mean I'm holding a grudge with that person. That's my decision to not really be involved with that person.
Now we get into the nitty gritty.
Be involved with that person.
Somebody can pee down your leg and tell you it's raining. That don't mean it's raining. All right. So all I'm saying is this: if you want to be more Jesus-like, right? You're the most Jesus-like person on here. You know why?
I don't know about that.
Jesus did not get married.
All right. Well, speaking of people that we would definitely like to welcome in, especially even though there's some hate to my left because we have a commander to the left.
It's all love. First of all, it starts from Mississippi. This is my Stark Vegas brethren. You know, no matter what.
Well, can I name him?
I'm just saying, my Stark Vegas brethren, just because he beat us bad this week, I don't hold that against him. He already made bad decisions when he went to Ole Miss, so I'm not mad at it.
And let's name who he is. Pro Bowl wide receiver, newly from the Philadelphia Eagles, A.J. Brown joining us on the Crew NYC. What's going on, A.J.?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I mean, so we got Fred Smoot to the left. We got the Hall of Fame wide receiver, Terrell Owens, to the right. What's going on?
What's up? Awesome, man.
What's up,
Don't call me that, man. Don't call me that, dog. You're making me blush, dog. You're making me blush, dog.
Believe me, he got a goat shirt on under that shirt he got on now.
Yeah. He's trying to play like he's cool with it. But listen, speaking of nicknames, we hear they call you Swole Batman. You got the cape on the sidelines after the fresh win over the Washington Fred Smoot Commanders. Go ahead and just talk about how you fitting in with your new team, and y'all already got nicknames for each other.
Man, we having a lot of fun. Slade gave us the nickname Batman, and we decided just to have a little fun with it. And this past Sunday, we got in the end zone. We put the cape on. You know, I'm definitely fitting in well here. Like I said, it's been fun since I got here. Probably the most fun I had since I've been in the league. So yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you this. Because I know this. The secret to a great wide receiver is having a connection with the quarterback. Point blank, period. And I know you and Tannehill had a connection. I know how that is. But when you break up with your ex and you get you a new dime piece, I knew you and Hurts, y'all have been close way before the league, man. So tell us about that connection and why you can come right in and just get the rolling right off bat.
I definitely think it's because of our friendship, number one, but most importantly, our mindset, how we approach the game, and we love the game. We want to get better. So we never really bumping heads. So we know we trying to get the job done. You know, so how we may get there, we gonna figure it out. But you know, I love Tannehill, but this my brother right here. You know what I'm saying? That's family. Right. Like, he come eat with us whenever. Like he don't even got to call and tell me he coming over to the house. He just show up. You know, that's the type of friendship.
Oh no,
you know what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real. That's a real connection.
Absolutely. So obviously, like you said, you're saying you're having fun. I know what it's like to be right there in Philly. Those fans they're fanatics. They love you.
That's one way of putting it.
What is the difference between being in Tennessee and being with the Philadelphia Eagles? I just heard you say you're having fun, obviously having another dynamic quarterback in Jalen Hurts. But what is the difference between, obviously, your last head coach and this head coach right now that's helping you have that transition and the success that you guys are having right now?
And, you know, Verb, I got a lot of respect for him, but, you know, he's the Belichick way. You know, everything is lock in, you know, no fun over there. You know, we're gonna get the job done. And over here, man, it's just but over here, he just, you know, he just letting us have fun, do what we do, you know, let us express our personality. And I think that's huge. You know, you want somebody to express themselves and be themselves, so the real them can show on the game on the football field. So. Yeah.
I definitely can relate. Obviously, coming from San Francisco, I had that trade situation from San Francisco, and I ended up with Philly. Andy Reid, he was an offensive-minded coach. Do you see the coach that you have there more offensive-minded? That, like you said, you're able to really flourish and be the receiver that you would like to be?
Yeah, my head coach is a receiver coach. You know, so he's in the film room. He's in there. He's talking to us about routes and everything.
Head coach is a diva.
You know, and that's kind of what you want. You know, that's kind of what you want. You know what I'm saying? It lets you know that our position is important. You know, our head coach loves the position. You know, he's showing us clips and stuff. So we definitely can relate to him. So we got 2-3 receiver coaches over here. So yeah.
Man, that's crazy. You got swole Batman, fast Batman, and skinny Batman. Hey, do y'all need an old Batman?
Way old Batman.
Y'all need an old Batman?
I'm ready.
We got an old Batman over here. He ready.
I know you staying ready, T.O. I know you staying ready.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Listen, he need to go over to the Giants with, you know, Sterling Shepard going down. So that's where he really need to be using his
Hey, see, y'all finna start them rumors. And
I'm
you know he gonna back it up.
Hey, we can call. I got Brian Daboll on my cell right now. We can get a crunk if you're trying to.
Oh, I'm already ready.
Hey, listen. I just
ahead.
wanted to say something real quick because I wanted to talk about value. And, you know, this is something I feel like pertains to how we all feel what our skill set is and how we should be compensated for it. And I know that's a big piece as to why you're still not in Tennessee and you ended up with Philadelphia. And I can talk about in my career, you know, being a journalist, whether it's from, you know, Fox, Showtime, ESPN, and CBS. You know, I can say as a female, as a black journalist, I don't ever feel like I've gotten paid my worth. So I know what that feels like when you know that you have a certain amount of talent and how it should be valued. You know what I'm saying? Relative to what they bring in. So can you talk a little bit about how that is important to you and how that contributed to you not being in Tennessee?
It's definitely important to me. Like, for one, I know my worth and what I bring to the table, what type of player I am. You know, it's a business, you know, first and foremost, but I did everything in my power to try to stay in Tennessee, but, you know, like I said, it's a business, and came over to Philly, and to be honest, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate them seeing my work, and I'm doing my due diligence right now on the field and, you know, showing what I'm worth each and every game, so it's important, and I basically bet it on myself, you know, and So yeah.
Because different players approach that differently. Like Aaron Rodgers making sure he get all of his at 50 mil average per year. You know what I'm saying? And then there are quarterbacks like Tom Brady who take a little bit off the edge and make sure others, eat so that the whole team is the way that he wants it to. I don't know how you approach it over your career as far as you needing to get everything you feel like you're worth at your position.
We know how he approached it.
No.
Are you serious?
No. It's totally different because when I wanted to get paid my market value when I was with the Eagles, they didn't want to pay me. The market is totally different now. What I asked for, like I said, is my market value. I wasn't trying to get the top. I wasn't trying to get number 1, number 2. I just wanted to get my market value.
You want to be on par.
Based on the receiving core, based on what everybody was being paid, and then what my value was to what I was contributing to the league. I was one of the top guys in the league at that time. If you talk about quarterbacks, running backs, whatever, I was a household name. I just wanted to get my market value. When I wanted that with the management that they had, they didn't want to pay me. You look at what these guys are getting paid now, it pales in comparison what I was trying to get. So you can just almost tell, like, the times, obviously the times have changed and what have you. And I respect what AJ has done. I follow him a little bit, God-fearing man. And that's all you ever want. Number one, you want to have fun, but obviously you want to get compensated for what you're bringing to the table. And obviously that's a disservice to really the Tennessee organization that they didn't value him. So obviously you want to take your talent somewhere else. It's always like LBJ. I'm gonna take my talents to the city of brotherly love. You know what I mean?
And nothing wrong with that. Now, see, you got to think about it. I know a lot of his history because he from Starkville, Mississippi. And he go to keep
your brother, as you would say.
No, I had to leave my brother when he went to Ole Miss. But my daughter at Ole Miss now, so I can't even get mad. But this is what I'm gonna say. A lot of people respect his football game. I gotta ask you this hard question. Do you think you'll be as hot as you are now in football playing for the Eagles if you were playing for the Phillies? Because most people don't know how good you are in baseball. So talk to us on that one.
I don't know, man. I think well, Philly's just a great place, period. So I think just being in the city, I think it will probably be the same, to be honest. Because Philly is crazy. The fans are passionate. But baseball is my first love, so it's hard hitting a 98 miles per hour every night. So I don't know.
Most people don't know your baseball skill set. Like they respect your football skill set because they've seen you showcase it. But I've seen you swing the bat. Like I've seen you swing the bat and go get the ball. So I'm telling you, I'm like, he can play it. Like most people don't respect it because once you do something great, nobody want to say you can do something else great. He's a great baseball player.
And you should be able to diversify yourself. And speaking of great, Jalen Hurts right now, I feel like is taking his whole game to a whole nother level. I mean, you came from Tannehill. Now you're with Jalen. People saying that he's definitely improved in the past. Can you just talk about field level to the level that he is balling right now?
I definitely feel like, me playing the sport, baseball, it's funny that y'all say that because this past offseason, I was trying to get back with the Padres and try to do both. I was trying to go both.
He was sold out to the MLB.
Breaking news. You were trying to go to what? Don't break some news on the show now. Go ahead.
And Tennessee kind of just shut it down. We was in negotiation talks, and they just kind of shut it down.
Okay.
But who knows? Once I'm done playing football, I may go back. I'm not gonna put out my eggs on my back.
But let him talk about Jalen. But talk about Jalen.
I don't know if he heard you.
He don't heard you. He went straight to that baseball. I told you baseball.
Okay.
That baseball. What you finna say, T?
Yeah.
No, that baseball money hit a little bit different. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, look at it. You look at it.
Why your voice go down about 5 after talking about that money?
Today's money in baseball.
Hey, that baseball
but
money
listen, AJ, I don't know if you heard me, but I want to make sure that you highlight your quarterback.
Yes.
Because Jalen Hurts is balling right now. You guys are 3-0, one of 2 3-0 teams in the NFL between the Miami Dolphins and Philadelphia. I don't know if people would have predicted that, but just give us an idea of what that connection is with him, Jalen specifically, and the level that he's balling at right now.
He's in the field really well. He's handling everything like a true vet. There's a lot of pressure on him going into the season. I think he's just silencing that slowly, one at a time. Me speaking from a friend's standpoint, like I'm proud of him just because of all the negative. He's turning all the negative into a positive, and how he's just approaching the game. He wants to be great. he wants to be great. He wants to win. That's the only thing he's worried about. He's not worried about no contract or anything like that. He wants to win. He wants to win now. So that's me talking from a friend standpoint. But from a player, it's everything I can imagine right now. He making checks. He looking my way. He giving me head nods.
Yeah.
He giving me head nods. He let me know like he's locked in, and we locked in. We trying to get another win. We trying to go 1-0 every week. So it's been so much fun playing with him. I told him that the other day. It's been everything I imagined. So we trying to keep this thing rolling.
You look like you got a new girlfriend. You just beaming, Colgate smile.
That's how it is. They get a quarterback.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different when you want to see like your friend do good and you right here you witnessing and you helping him do great. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm a part of it. You know what I'm saying? While I'm sitting over here watching it happen. So of course I'm excited for him. I want to keep
Wait, what is that comment you just said under your breath? You said you wish Donovan was like that?
I wish Donovan was like that. I ain't gonna tell no lie.
That's what they started?
No.
I knew y'all Philadelphia Eagles was messy. I knew all y'all was messy.
Hey, but the feeling that you're having, that's what I experienced it in the beginning. It just kind of got off the tracks. But like I said, coming over from San Francisco, playing with Jeff Garcia and a number of other quarterbacks, and then being able to really flourish, really being able to really play to the level that you know you can play at, and then you having a quarterback to be able to really deliver. And like I said, that chemistry, that camaraderie, that's what you guys are doing off the field, it overflows onto the field. So
right.
Talk to us, like I said, I know you just mentioned a little bit about Jalen. Can you see, obviously you didn't play with him last year, but obviously the difference in quarterback styles of play, because obviously we've seen the maturation, and I know you said he doesn't have any pressure, or maybe he does have a little pressure on him, but him playing at Alabama, I know, and I watched him play for years, I don't think he has that pressure. He's one of those guys, he's a rare breed. He invites and he relishes those moments. Tell us a little bit about that.
Mindset.
Yeah, he wants that pressure, to be honest. He wants it on him. So, and the funny thing about it, he doesn't want to show you that he's bothered by anything. He stay poised all the time. So it's kind of crazy to see, because I be wanting him to show emotion sometimes. Like when something don't happen good, like I be wanting him to like, all right, so, like, okay, show me that you're upset with that, or something positive. He still doesn't show you that. He doesn't show you that. Like he's a robot at times, and it takes a lot out of me to get him to smile. But.
Right.
Hey, but listen, just speaking of joy real quick, your boy, Teron Davenport, who covered you, in Tennessee and helped us to get you on this show today. So shout out to TD, one of my really, really good friends. But I think he told us, are you an impending father? Are you getting ready to be a father?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Are you getting ready to be a dad?
Yeah, we're ready to be a dad.
Congratulations. Welcome to fatherhood.
Oh,
it's hard as it looks.
So wait a minute, is the baby due tomorrow?
Baby due tomorrow.
That's what I heard. Okay,
well,
is it a girl or
I'm going, and I'm finna bet at the MGM. All right, because usually when guys have kids on that week, they go for 200. Like, it happened in basketball all the time. Dude hit 50. What happened? I had my child the other night. It's just something about
Van Vliet, Van Vliet went off during the playoffs.
We're talking about the pure joy of having a baby. You all over here on BetMGM and gambling.
Hey, listen.
Is it a girl or is it a boy?
It's a boy.
Oh, okay. And this is your first one, or you've had ones before?
This is our second. We got a little girl.
All right. He in the game.
He's there. Congratulations, man.
All right,
Congratulations.
All right. And then last, just talk about really quickly how, just the impending birth of your child you think is going to affect your outlook on this season, just in terms of your groundedness as a man, and then just kind of your overall outlook on your career and your life.
I think my priorities is family and being with my loved ones and spending time with them. So that's my first priority. Football comes second, so I'm continue being me, continue being a great father, continue trying to be a better man each and every day for my family. But as far as the game, I treat the game as just like a game. It's a game that I go out here and play football, that I run around with a pigskin and try to make people miss. I put it in that little bubble for me. But when I get home, kids don't care nothing about football.
They don't care nothing about it.
They just want you to run around, and that makes my day. Regardless if I go for 100 or if I get no catches, so hopefully I get some catches. But
Besides 2 games a year. 2 games a year, I don't want you no catches. Now, the other one, I want you going 120 catches a year. I'm good with that.
Right.
But they don't care about that. So it makes everything worth it. We be gone most of the time from our family, and I try not to, I try to take advantage of the time I'm with them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important to me. So.
Well, listen, we definitely appreciate you stopping through and talking with us. And I can definitely say the way that the Philadelphia Eagles have got off so far and how things are going for your former team, though we know that they're going to come back and they're strong. But I can say with confidence that you are missed in Tennessee. So we appreciate you coming on and talking to us here. Y'all got
absolutely, man. Right. All the best to you, man. Congratulations, man. Keep balling. Tell Jalen I said what's up, man.
All right, Stark Vegas, do your thing, brother, and congratulations on that baby boy.
I got y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, brother.
All right,
Thanks for
thank
coming
you.
Still here.
What's up, Urlacher? This T.O., man.
Hey, is it super bright in there? You guys got a really bright setup in there?
It's not super bright. We look bright to you.
Oh, just T.O.'s wearing the shades. I was wondering if
I knew he was going to see it. Y'all missed it. It went straight over y'all head. I knew it was coming, B.
You know, my bad. I'm up here all acting like you being for real.
I knew it was coming. What up, B?
He knew it was coming.
Hey, listen. Well, we know we had a very crazy week in the NFL. Brian Urlacher, for all that you don't know out there, is a huge Cowboys fan.
How?
What?
Indeed.
What?
How does that happen, B? How does that happen?
How am I a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Yes, talk to me.
Smooth. I grew up in New Mexico, so it was either Dallas, Arizona, or Denver. So Dallas was an easy choice. We won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. How can you not be a Cowboys fan?
Yeah, he didn't say we.
That's what he said.
He didn't. Amongst other midway, he just said, yeah, we the Cowboys, and that's what we did.
No, I get you. I feel you because I'm from Alabama. I root for the University of Alabama. I roll tide all
Y'all ain't
day.
got no NFL team.
Right, and I went to UT Chattanooga. And
I know.
Everybody see me on the sideline. They be like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you didn't go to Alabama? Hey, I'm born and raised from Alabama. Roll tide all day, so I feel you, B. Root for your Cowboys.
Hey, go ahead, B. Go ahead.
I was always a fan, man. I root for the Bears when they're playing the Cowboys. But if the Bears aren't on, I'm rooting for the Cowboys.
That's what's up.
Hey, listen, I understand. We all got secondary teams. I told you, I was a Deion Sanders fan, so I began a Falcon. I became a 49er. I also sold my soul to the devil, Jerry Jones, and chilled with Dallas for a while. Hitch ended up in Washington when prime time was there. So I understand. I had no allegiance to any team. Mississippi, we just watch football. We can care about it.
But Brian, seeing as though you're a Cowboys fan, I even have to ask you: are you surprised at how well Cooper Rush is playing?
He's not really playing well.
He's 3-0.
He's playing.
3-0
He
as a
has
starter.
won every game that
all
he started.
I'm saying is he's doing his job. Like everybody gets so shocked when somebody do his job. His job is to be a backup, and when he has the chance to come in and win, come in and win.
Go ahead, Brian.
They're 3-0 with him as a starter. That's all I know. I was shocked that they played as well because the first week it looked so bad against Tampa Bay. They had no receiver. I mean, obviously Michael Gallup's still out, but they couldn't move the damn ball against Tampa. I was so frustrated. I was so excited about the season, and in the first game they just couldn't score any points. But he's done well. He's taken care of the football, number one. They ran the ball pretty well. Zeke and Pollard are great running backs. Still not a lot of weapons on the outside. CD's obviously number one. When Gallup comes back, I think they're going to be a formidable offense again if they can protect the quarterback.
Right. So I think, obviously, to piggyback on what I guess Smoot is trying to say, he's not really that guy. But obviously, like I said, he's not. The thing is, the thing about Rush is he's not losing the game. I think defense is really shoring up and really kind of being a little bit of extra added offense to what they're lacking. To what Brian was saying, CeeDee Lamb is playing not up to par, but he came up big last night. With the weapons that you have in the backfield, the 1-2 punch with Zeke and Pollard, they just really haven't really established a bit of a running game, so to speak. And I think part of that is probably because of what they don't have on the outside.
No,
hold on, you not agreeing, B?
Let's be real, their defense is unbelievable. They're winning because of their defense.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what they win.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go. We can say whoever played quarterback this and that, they're taking care of the football on offense.
Right.
Marcus Lawrence balled out last night. Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons. And their secondary is pretty good. You know, obviously Trayvon Diggs is a beast, but they're making some plays, and their D linemen run to the football. So they're winning games because their defense, that's pretty obvious, but they're not turning the football over, which is good as well.
What do you think about Dak saying that he possibly may be able to play within the next couple of weeks with his injuries?
Big mistake.
What's your take on that?
I hope he doesn't play, T.O. Man, we need to get him healthy. You know, it's healthy, and they're not losing. They're not getting beat up right now. So why not? And I think they play the Redskins next week. Is that right?
No, we are the
Commanders.
Hey, Urlacher, we are the Commanders.
The Commanders.
Of Washington, D.C. You understand? The Commanders.
Brian ain't gonna call them that, but that's what they're called because I didn't work with Brian last year.
Growing up as a Cowboy fan, Smoot, we played the Redskins because they were in our division, and they're still the Redskins to me. So whatever you want to call them.
I told you he ain't gonna do it. This show was calling them Commanders, but Brian is gonna do what he's gonna do. He's a Hall of Famer. Go ahead.
Didn't they have a different name last year, and then they changed them again?
Yeah, that was Washington football team.
Imagine if you
That's
were
why
told
I
Terry
want to stick to the
McLaurin.
Redskins.
Terry McLaurin was a Washington Redskin, a Washington football player, and now he's a Washington Commander. He's been on 3 different teams in the same city.
3 years.
Go ahead, make your point, B. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think Dak should play until he's completely healthy. They have the Redskins coming up next week, and then after that, maybe you reevaluate. I think they have Philly after that, which could be a tough test. But until he's healthy, he shouldn't be back on the field.
Well, how do you feel about this, big Cowboy? So you know everything about the Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys got 5 players that they pay as top 5 players that's not in the top 5. All right? I love that. That's my Mississippi State Bulldog brother. I cheer for him. Hey, 15 games a year, just never against Washington. He ain't a top 5 quarterback. I can name 5 quarterbacks better. I love him to death. Lawrence is paid as a top 5 defensive end. I can name 5 pass rushers a little bit better. All right? Smith, we ain't going to get into him. He retired 3 years ago and didn't tell nobody. All right? So at the end of the day,
Lord.
I can keep going. These guys, if you pay 5 guys top 5 money, that means your roster won't be even. I'm telling you, they won't be there for the long haul. It's an enigma.
What you think, B?
You're ruthless, man. I can't say that I disagree with you, though. You make very valid points, Smoot. I love Dak. Just like I love him to death, but he may not be a top 5 quarterback. Tyron Smith has been beat up the last couple of years. Who else? DeMarcus. DeMarcus played good last night. I'm going to give him
he showed up last night.
Yeah,
No, he wasn't healthy last year. He was beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
When that dude is healthy, he is good. We just got to get him
Just
healthy.
wait the next week. This week.
Oh no! Listen, all he gonna get, we gonna give him a free ticket to IHOP. All you can eat pancakes, serve everything he need. That's what he gonna get. Listen, he gonna have as many sacks as a dead man come this time next Sunday. That's all I'm telling you.
Anyways, let's switch the topics. Let's go on over to the Raiders right now. Brian, we're going to talk about another team, obviously starting off 0-3. Got a new head coach in Josh McDaniels. Not necessarily what you would expect, especially with Derek Carr there at quarterback. But we got our Hall of Fame wide receiver on the panel right now. And I'm just curious, do you feel like DaVante Adams made a mistake?
No, not at all. I think when you look at his situation, I think you have to look at what you need for yourself and your family. That's first and foremost. Obviously, like I said, you have to look at it as a business. And I think for him, I think he needed a fresh start. Obviously going to somewhere, some familiarity with his quarterback that he played with in college and Derek Carr. As the season has unfolded, nobody wants to start the season the way they've started. I think, obviously, like I said, there's a lot of pieces that need to be put together there. Outside of DaVante Adams on the other side of the
Hunter Renfrow.
I mean,
Darren Waller.
Right. I mean, but those guys aren't really balling to the expectations with that offensive.
It's a new system.
Right. So again, I think there's going to be some ebb and flow to the season. So they haven't obviously started out the way they wanted to, but obviously it's a lot of newness that they have to get adjusted to.
Why would you even ask that question?
It's just a conversation.
$80 million. He got 80 million reasons why he made the right decision. Hey, put the money in the bag. That's what he did. I got no problem with that because you know what?
Yeah.
The one big enigma in the NFL that I can't get over. I played in the NFC North with my guy right there for 2 years. Everybody worship Green Bay. Let me tell you the most overrated franchise in NFL football history. No other franchise besides San Francisco, and they had 33 years of Hall of Fame quarterbacking consecutively. The Green Bay Packers had 40 years of consecutive Hall of Fame quarterbacking, and they got 2 rings. 40 consecutive years. Most overrated ever. DaVante, go to Vegas.
But what you can't deny is the connection that Adams had with Aaron, obviously, despite the fact, despite, the lacking of the Super Bowl titles, what you said. I hear you, but I'm curious what you think, is the fit going to work with DaVante Adams and Derek Carr in comparison to what he had with Aaron Rodgers?
Smooth comes with stats, like good stats too. Like that, 40 years, you're right. I played all my damn career against both those guys, but it's, I mean, I don't blame DaVante, but I think they traded him, right? Didn't they trade him?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I mean, it's out of his. I mean, he deserved the money.
He wanted to go though. Yeah, he wanted to leave.
There wasn't enough money. That trade.
I mean, there's different.
I would want to go where I got paid too. Honestly,
right? Exactly.
I think it's great for him. They're 0-3, but they're not. They pissed away that card. I watched the Cardinals game because we live in Arizona. That was a terrible finish to that game. Anyway, they should be 1-2, maybe even 2-1, but doesn't matter. You're 0-3. They'll get it fixed. Derek Carr's a good quarterback. DaVante is probably the best receiver in the NFL. Him or Cooper Kupp, in my opinion. I didn't play receiver TO, so I can't say for certain, but those two are pretty damn good. But DaVante is 1 or 2. They'll get it fixed. I think Josh McDaniels is a good coach. He'll find ways to get that guy to football.
Oh, and and even though I posed the question, let me make it clear that I believe that, they can turn it around at any time. Josh McDaniels I think he has 6 of the 7 rings as, OC with the Patriots or what have you. So I believe in his offensive prowess and, his ability to
cook. Like Grandma used to do. Grandma could call me, she'd be like, baby, I'm finna cook. If she started at 1 o'clock, I know we ain't eating at 6.
Yeah.
It take love. It take time.
And speaking of taking time, I do believe that Josh McDaniels learned from his first 2 years in Denver when he wasn't getting along with Brandon Marshall, Tony Scheffler, Jay Cutler, and all of that. And he personally apologized to all the media. I was there in Denver.
I love Jay Cutler.
And got his humble pie. So I think he's taken that version of himself.
I love Jay Cutler because sometimes the asshole should be loved. I love guys that can be themselves.
Why you make that?
Listen, you ain't got to be great. I didn't say Jay was a great player. I said I love Jay Cutler, the person.
Oh, okay. You didn't say the person. You just said I
love
Jay
Cutler.
You
really didn't clarify.
I need you to clarify.
When the quarterback say he love a quarterback, that means I must love the person, not the player. You know what I'm saying?
But guess what, B? We got 2, speaking of quarterbacks, we got 2 quarterbacks in the NFL right now that are 3-0 in Tua and obviously in Jalen Hurts with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm curious right now if it was your pick in terms of which quarterback you taking or who you feel like is playing best at the position in the NFL right now, who you got?
Lamar Jackson. Sorry.
Oh, not even either. Okay.
MVP is Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
He's right.
Why you say that? Go ahead.
I mean, Jalen's playing great. Tua's playing great. Lamar Jackson's a beast. I mean, rushes for 100 yards a game, throws for 300. He's unreal right now. I don't know how you stop him. They got beat that game versus Miami in a fluke, but that dude is unbelievable.
And playing without an extension.
Too. Jalen's good.
Playing without an extension.
And playing without an extension.
And he also he represents 70+% of their offense. Like, no running backs. The wide receiver, he making them stars, but he can't throw the ball. Every time I turn on, I see him going deep.
I love it. I've been doing a little research. He's been betting on himself since he was in high school, since he was a little kid. This guy is still betting on himself. I love what he's doing. I'm disappointed in the organization that they don't find. You talked about it earlier on another segment about value. They don't find value in this guy and what he's bringing, to that organization.
They bring value because they're trying to give him over $100+ million guaranteed. It's just that he's looking for the same guarantee, which is fully that Deshaun Watson got. So let's not say there's not no value because the Ravens, I'm sure you listen.
The longer you wait, the more you pay. You study long, you study wrong. But I know this about the Ravens. I've watched them from afar, living in Washington.
Oh, shoot.
They're going to do the right thing. They're going to do the right thing.
They're going to have to.
They're a good organization. They have to. I mean, they have to pay him. There's no reason they can't pay that dude. When it's time, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, I would think.
So is that your best quarterback in the NFL right now is Lamar? Or is that who you have?
It's a toss-up. I mean, the 2 that you mentioned and the one obviously he threw up in there.
It could be. It don't even have to be the 2 I mentioned.
And Josh Allen, do not forget Josh Allen. Please, fellas, don't.
No, I mean, I like the emergence of Jalen I like the emergence of what he's doing because, like I said, we talked to A.J. Brown earlier. We talked about, obviously, the mounted pressure. He's going to be evaluated a little bit different because of the people that have played in front of him and before him. So I like just his maturation process. So for me to see what he's doing right now, being 3-0, it's not surprising. I've seen it all along. I saw it, both of those two guys, Tua and Jalen, they're Alabama products. And what you're seeing is the success, and I love, like I said, the growth of Jalen.
So if you got the 32 starting quarterbacks in front of you right now, who are you taking if it's your Pickett?
Oh, number one?
Yeah.
For the next 10 years?
10 years, who's your best now?
I got
10 years,
a 1A and 1B. I just don't want to bump heads with them. I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes. I ain't doing nothing without him because I trust Andy Reid. I had to go against Andy Reid for a decade. He figured us out. With Todd Pinkston and Lloyd, once they gave him this man, it went downhill. So at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. And I'm just sorry. I'm going with those two because I can dominate. And I know when my offensive coordinator don't call a good game, they're going to go off schedule and they're going to give us They're gonna hurt us on defense when they go off schedule.
Right. When you talk about the entirety of the league, I thought you were just talking about between those two.
No. Yeah, I mean, you can answer however you want.
Yeah, of those two. But yeah, you make sense. I mean, valid points. Like I said, if you talk about the entirety of the league, I got to go with either Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. I say that because of the way and the style of play for me. When you talk about guys that can stay in the pocket and make every throw, and then, like I said, there are going to be plays that break down. Based on what I can do once I get the ball in my hands, you look at those guys, once they get out of the pocket, what they can do with the ball, that's advantageous for a receiver of my status. So,
Hey, I'm with you on this. Now, y'all let this soak in. I already read this by T.O. Tell me, and you can take your time and think about it. We'll go to another subject, then come back to it. If you had to pick one player in the league that reminds you of yourself in your prime right now.
Look at his face.
Like, you know, I'm giving you time because I got somebody that I thought reminded me of you that I watch all the time now. And
let him answer first.
Tell me that player that you think reminds you of you, and you also tee up.
Okay. Here's a guy I wish I could be like, Micah Parsons. That dude was a badass.
The white Micah Parsons, that's who we're talking to right now.
That's who I want to be, Micah Parsons, man. That dude plays hard. He gets to the quarterback. He creates havoc. But he reminds me of me. I don't know, man. There's linebackers I don't really – I mean, Darius Leonard's pretty damn good.
I was just going to say, Darius Leonard.
That's a
pretty good. He hasn't played this year, but he is solid, man. He gets takeaways. 6'4". He's not as heavy as I was, but he can run. He gets takeaways. He gets sacks. In Eberflus' system, and when he was in Indy, that dude made plays. He made a lot of plays, a lot of tackles too.
And that's why I picked him, because he do play in that cover too. He can cover the middle of the field, but he make plays when he come out of the middle of the field, and it mimics what I watch you do. Why I had to sit over there on the sideline for some reason. Even when I did have a quarterback, I was cursed. I got DaVante Culpepper. I had him for 2 quarters before he tore his ACL. So then y'all beat up on Brad Johnson. I don't give y'all no props for what y'all did.
Don't get me started. I don't want to talk about who had a quarterback and who didn't have a quarterback. I had 21 different quarterbacks in 13 years, Smoot. Don't talk to me about it.
I had 19 and 10.
Ooh, I had a bunch too.
But you changed teams.
I had a bunch too.
Yeah, you're right. You had Sexy Rexy.
All right, go ahead. Answer the questions on your end. Who reminds you of you?
Who reminds me of me? Man, there's probably a couple of guys. We talked to this guy earlier, A.J. Brown, and then obviously you have to throw DK Metcalf,
his brother,
in the mix. Overall, I think he hasn't been in the limelight or been in the mentions in a while. But Julio Jones, that's one. Like I said, when you think about the catch radius, I wish I had his. But when you think about run after catch, things of that nature, can take the top off defenses, take short routes and go the distance. Those 3 are guys that obviously I think remind me of myself, but not one, more than the other, because a little bit, I think each of those kind of lacks something that I bring to the table.
Well, we got Brian Urlacher popping in on TheCREW NYC. I wanted to tell this story real quick so you guys just know how I met Brian, because I was in Chicago for 2 years covering the Bears. I didn't talk to him the whole time I was in there. Like, rarely I would come in the locker room, you barely be in there, be like, the little tumbleweeds that go through there. Y'all players scatting like roaches, don't even want to be in the locker room when the media come in. But it was like the last couple months I finally got the courage to go up to Brian, because he had that whole menacing presence or what have you. But then eventually I asked you, Brian, if I could do an interview with you. and he lets me come to his house to do the interview. I was working with ESPN at the time, and then and this is just how, just kind of contradictory, just coming into his personal spaces relative to how he played and man at middle linebacker on the field. All of his walls are covered with pictures of his family. You can't even find a space on his wall. And then you go in his backyard, and it's like Neverland, because he got all the animals that alpacas, llamas, whatever. And let me tell you, Brian, Brian is, as much as he's that menacing middle linebacker, Brian has a heart of gold. And this is why I appreciate you, because, when I asked you, I know you don't want people to know.
I didn't know he was a bullfrog farmer.
No. But when I asked
anymore.
you to come on the show, you did it, even though you a Hall of Famer and all this other stuff. You always on time. You always do your thing. And I just want people to know that about you, no matter all the things that we have and we say about our opinions and all the things that we think. When it comes to the heart of the person, that is who I know about Brian, and that's why I appreciate you.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. I'm over here.
Well, the only reason I talked to you is I trusted you.
Can somebody give me some tissue?
I'm about to cry, too, because, the way he love on animals, he lives to be upper Mississippi.
Keep your shades on. Keep your shades on there,
Hey,
too.
so Brian, what is it with your love of animals, though? Because
I love
it's like,
animals, too.
You do have literally every animal in your backyard. What is it about that?
What did I have? I'm sorry.
You literally have every animal in your backyard. Where did that come from?
We had alpacas, llamas, donkeys, foxes, peacocks, mini ponies, goats. Missing something.
Chicago Zoo back there.
Hey,
dude, so my kids wanted animals, so we started with 2 rabbits, and then all of a sudden we had like 20. I don't know how that happened. And then we just started. My buddy kept sending me more, and we just, we had 10 acres, so we had the room for it, so we had them.
I love it.
I love it because my homeboy.
It was fun.
Just tried to send me 2 pet goats from Mississippi.
Oh,
twin goats named BB and CC Whining. Like, I'm dead serious.
What is going on?
No, animals are what it is, man.
BB and CC Whining?
BB and CC Whining. And
Okay.
I told him I'm going to take BB and CC and put them on my land.
Well, listen, Brian, I know that every time I talk to you, I look at you on Instagram. You playing golf. You pranking people with fake snakes. And am I missing anything else as you enjoying this retirement, you and T.O. right now?
man, I can't hear you. You keep cutting out on me, Joe. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me right now?
Oh, I can now, yes.
Okay, so I'm just saying that we mentioned that you're doing all these things as far as taking care of your animals and all these other things I mentioned. I'm just saying when I see you on Instagram, I see you playing golf. I see you doing the prank stuff with the fake snakes and all that other stuff. So am I missing anything else in your retirement life right now?
Just the kids. And my son's a junior in high school playing football. My daughter's a senior in college, and my other daughter's a senior in high school. So that's it, just the kids. And I ride my bike about 6 days a week. That's it. That's how I stay sane, T.O.'s ride that damn bike so I can eat what I want to and not get fat.
Well, T.O.'s always talking about the maintenance workout because he always talking
He got a 46 pack. He can do what he wants
pack.
to. He got abs
he
on
working
top of
too
his
hard.
ass.
Man, I just try to keep it sexy, B.
Oh,
You know what I mean? That's all I do.
Chocolate
And on
thunder
that
in the house.
note, listen, and on that note, Brian, we appreciate you visiting the Crew NYC, and you are a contributor to this show. We will see you more virtually and eventually here in Brooklyn, but we talk to you later, okay?
Good seeing you guys. Take care.
All right, y'all take
Always
take
love
it
you,
easy.
brother.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
New Crew NYC in Brooklyn, still here.